I'd like to thank everybody for all of your love and support and for all of your encouraging comments, because we love everyone who loves Ben. Well, today I'm wearing the earrings that Ben gave me for Christmas, and I pulled the brightest colors I could find out of my closet to match it, because today is a celebration of the joy that Ben brought to our lives. And it's also a chance to find truth in the message that he left for us. So I'd like to share a part of Ben's story that I was the only one who was privileged to hear from him. One night, after Ben had collapsed at Westlake, I came home from college to be with my family, and I was looking for Ben one night, and I couldn't find him, and I was kind of worried. But eventually I found him sitting out on the dock of our house at Lake Austin, and I went out there and I asked him, "Ben, are you okay? What are you doing out here?" And he told me that the stillness of the water and the quiet in the middle of the night was the closest feeling he could find to that peace that he felt in his vision. And he told me that he would go out there at night to ask God questions. And so I asked him to tell me about his dream in more detail, and he made two things very clear to me. He told me that even though he called it a dream, he was awake, and it was very real. And he told me that when he looked into that mirror, in his words, he said, "I knew I was ready for something a lot more important." And after he finished telling me about his dream, I asked him if he was happy that he woke up. And he said, "I guess." And then he started crying really hard. And I didn't know what to say to him. So I just said the first things that came to my mind. And I told him, "Ben, we're so happy that you're still here with us. You might not want to be here, but you just have to remember that this is not our life. Our life is eternal, and that is God's gift to us. And this life is our gift to God." And he looked up at me and he said, "I think you're right. And I also think that God let me feel that peace before I came back so that I would know that heaven is worth it." And the next week, he actually collapsed again Saturday night, and we were able to bring him back. And he was too weak to go to church the next morning, so we had church with our family. And my dad shared Philippians 4:7 with us. "And the peace that surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." And my dad looked at Ben and he said, "We don't know what that peace feels like, but you do, don't you?" And Ben said yes. And my dad asked him if he could explain that peace to us. And Ben said, "It's just like the verse says. He can't describe it. You just have to be there." And so we all took turns praying for Ben, and then he prayed for us. And he prayed that we wouldn't be scared and we wouldn't be sad, and that we would have the same peace that he felt from God. And so I know a lot of you are hurting a lot because you miss Ben. But don't let your happiness go away because Ben is gone. Take that little part of joy that Ben shared with you and share it with someone else who hasn't had the chance to experience it yet. And I want all of you to know that on the car ride on the way to the hospital, I asked Jesus to tell Ben face to face, I love you, from everyone who loved him. So we all got to tell him one more time.